What document should car buyers never sign at a dealership? Hello everyone, Kevin Hunter here. I've been known as the Homework Guy for 15 straight years here on this platform and have earned the reputation for being the most trusted voice when it comes to car buying advice. Here at the Homework Guy Show, we've earned our trustworthy reputation by providing well-researched content, by avoiding all the clickbait nonsense very common to a couple of other well-known fake news content creators. I think you know who. In today's show, all of us should be aware that buying a car is already a stressful enough process, right? But what if I told you that the real game begins after you agree on the price of the vehicle? That's right. The finance office, is also known as the F&I office, is where dealers play their dirtiest tricks. Some of those dirty tricks include signatures on documents that you should never sign. For that reason, we're going to walk you through the documents you absolutely should not sign at a dealership and why dealers push this unnecessary paperwork on you in the first place. If you think you don't have the courage to stand up to dealers who might try to force you to sign something you absolutely should not, consider hiring one of our car coaches from our hassle-free car buying service. It's the best there is, and the details are on our website, thehomeworkguy.com. Stick around now as the amazing Elizabeth joins me to discuss how knowing this information can save you thousands of dollars and prevent you from signing papers that surrender your legal rights.
So why do dealers ask for signatures on unnecessary forms in the first place?
Yes. Why do dealerships shove unnecessary paperwork in front of you?
The short answer? It's all about money. Car dealerships use every means possible to extract more cash from you, manipulate your financing, or protect themselves from legal trouble if they do something unethical to rip you off. If you're not careful, you could end up paying for add-ons you didn't agree to, giving up your right to sue them afterward. You can get stuck in a bad financing deal, and you might be signing away valuable consumer protections. Now that you know why they do it, let's talk about what not to sign when buying a car.
The document at number one is such a big deal, it deserves to be mentioned twice, so I'm going to. It's also kind of hidden, tucked away on the document, so you'd think it's safe to sign. I'm talking about, at number one, the arbitration agreement. Don't sign away your rights. The arbitration agreement is first on the list because it's a very huge deal, and more dealers are pulling this stunt. Why? Because when they get sued, they almost always lose the lawsuit, and they lose big. The arbitration agreement might be tucked away deep in the paperwork, often disguised under legal jargon. It might just be a paragraph that sits by itself, but will usually have the title Arbitration Clause. This document waives your right to sue the dealership or join in a class action lawsuit against the dealership. Instead, you're forced into arbitration where decisions and the arbiter almost always favor the dealer. Here's why dealers want this. It prevents lawsuits against them if and when they rip you off, which they usually do.
Right.
Forces you to fight disputes through their hand-picked arbitrators who are often totally biased towards the dealership. Keeps bad business practices out of the public courts in their area. So here's why you should decline. You have no obligation to sign this document. Cross it out and refuse to sign. If they say it's mandatory, call their bluff. Dealers cannot ever legally force you to agree to arbitration. Arbitration can never be mandatory. That's like them saying, we're going to give you reason to want to sue us, and we don't want you to go that route. Here's an example of what a common arbitration clause might read. You need to read along with me because you're going to need to recognize it if you see it on your car contract. It usually reads, any claim, dispute, or controversy arising out of or relating to the purchase, lease, financing, or condition of the vehicle described in this agreement, including but not limited to claims arising under state or federal consumer protection laws. You see that? They're going after the laws here, too. Shall be resolved by binding arbitration. The arbitration shall be conducted in accordance with the rules of the arbitration provider that they picked out and shall take place in their city and state. By signing this agreement, you waive your right to bring any claim in a court of law, including the right to a jury trial or participation in a class action lawsuit. The arbitrator's decision shall be final and binding, and judgment upon the reward rendered may be entered in any court having jurisdiction. You acknowledge that arbitration is a faster and less costly alternative to litigation, and that by agreeing to this provision, you are knowingly waiving your legal rights to pursue a court remedy. Never do this.
You know what's a faster and less costly alternative? Shop somewhere else.
Yeah.
At number 2 of the documents that you shouldn't sign is the additional add-ons agreement. because you didn't want to agree, right? These are extra expenses that you didn't approve of. This is one of the dirtiest tricks in the book. Here's what it is. It's a document that sneaks in expensive, unnecessary extras and pretends that you agreed to them. Things like extended warranties, paint protection, VIN etching, gap insurance, prepaid maintenance plans, and the like. Here's why dealers want it. These add-ons have huge profit margins, sometimes 500% or more. They inflate your loan amount, meaning more interest for them and their bankers, and most buyers don't even realize they signed up for these. Here's why you should decline. If you didn't ask for it, don't pay for it. Refuse to sign anything that adds extra cost. And a pro tip, if they say it's already applied to the car, demand it be removed or refuse the entire deal. You have the right to decline dealer add-ons.
And by the way, if they put add-ons on your vehicle you didn't want and they say they can't come off, you should say, well, I want that amount deducted from the price of my vehicle because you damaged my car.
Sure.
All right, sitting at number 3, the We Owe form, a one-way street to nowhere. Here's what this is. This document states that the dealer owes you nothing after you leave, even if they made verbal promises to fix something or include extras. Here's why dealers want this. It eliminates their obligation to fulfill any promises that might have been made during the negotiation process. If they owe you a repair, a second key, floor mats, or anything else, signing this means they can completely ignore it, and they most definitely will ignore it. Mm-hmm. Many buyers don't realize what they've signed until it's too late. Here's why you should decline. Never sign this if the dealer still owes you anything. A pro tip, instead, get a written due bill, which is totally different, that clearly states what the dealer still owes you, and have them sign it.
Sitting at number 4 is a well-used financing trick known as the spot delivery agreement. It's a scam to change your loan terms later. Here's what it is. It's a temporary financing agreement that allows you to take the car home before financing is officially approved. The dealer calls later to say, your loan didn't go through, and you need to come back and re-sign at a higher rate.
Which is bullshit.
It's totally bullshit. Here's why dealers want it. It locks you emotionally into the car because you took it home, right? It forces you to agree to worse loan terms later, a trick that we call yo-yo financing. And if you refuse to sign the new terms, they threaten to repo the car and keep your down payment. Here's why you should decline. Never take a car home until the financing is 100% final and you're holding the papers in your hands. Here's a pro tip. If a dealer pulls this stunt, return the car immediately and just walk away.
Another financing-related trick document sitting at number 5, known as the credit application authorization, even if you're paying cash. Here's what it is. A document that gives the dealer permission to run a credit check on you, even if you're paying full in cash. So why the heck would dealers want this for a cash buyer? They sell your personal data to lenders, insurance companies, and marketing firms. Some will fake financing numbers to earn kickbacks from banks. If they run multiple credit checks, it can lower your credit score unnecessarily. This is why you should decline. If you're paying cash, they don't need to run your credit info, period. A pro tip right here, cross out any credit check language and write paying cash, no authorization given before signing.
So some final thoughts. Never sign anything blindly. At least pull your phone out, do a search. Do I have to sign this document? Dealers rely on pressure, confusion, and intimidation to get you to sign whatever they put in front of you. But now you know the key documents to decline and why dealers push unnecessary signatures in front of you in the first place. So let's recap. You need to decline arbitration agreements. That keeps your right to sue. You need to reject dealer add-ons. If you didn't ask for it, don't pay for it. You need to avoid the we owe scam. Get written proof if anything is promised. And say no to spot delivery traps. Wait for the final loan approval first. And lastly, protect your credit. Don't authorize credit checks unless they're absolutely necessary. If a dealer pressures you, walk away. The best tool you have is your ability to say no. If you don't think you can do either thing very well, or you just want to avoid the headache altogether, hire us to do the totally hassle-free route. The details are on our website, thehomeworkguy.com, and our coaches stick with you through the finance office to make sure these things don't happen to you.
If you found this video to be helpful, remember to give us that great big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this genuine conversation about documents you should never sign in a dealership. Please let us know about your car buying experiences. If you had unreasonable documents pushed in front of you, if you had to do something to get around the tactics the dealer finance office used on you, share it in our comment section down below. We love hearing your stories, and great comments always help the Homework Guy community. Also, if you'd like help from one of our car coaches, or if you want Black Book values and guidance from Liz, please let us know at 701-441-3399.
No matter what you might need for car shopping, remember to visit our website, thehomeworkguy.com. We have a free blog with lots of great information too, and you can also see us on Facebook. The Homework Guy team is here to represent you, the car buyer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.
To all of you long-term subscribers out there, you guys rock. God bless you all. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, signing off on behalf of the amazing Elizabeth and our entire hassle-free Homework Guy team. Thanks for listening.